book. We're going to read it. Like Ms. Ronavita said, it's like the Plum Creek that you guys are going to read as a class. What it is, we're going to read it. I'm going to assign you a page, okay? So when I point to you, you're going to read. I'm going to start off reading the first page. So I'm just going to demonstrate how good reading is. If there's an exclamation point, make it exciting. If there's a period, make sure you guys pause after every sentence. Don't just read, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to sound right, okay? We're not going to understand it very well. So we're going to do one page at a time, and then we're going to work on this worksheet for a little bit. It's just some vocab words, just some questions that we guys can work together with. Alright, we might not read the whole story since we're only with each other for a little bit, and the story's a little bit long. But we'll probably get to like halfway through. Sound good? Good. Alright, we're going to start reading, so we're going to follow after each other. Okay, so let's open up to the first page. First page. That's not the first, that's the last. Alright, we're all in the wagon? Okay. So I'm going to start, so everybody needs to pay attention and read along. Well, children, this is it, our new home, Pa said, pointing to a wide field and forest. Tim, Emily, and Beth looked out the back of the covered wagon and saw nothing but tall weeds and trees. I don't see anything, Pa. Where is it? Asked Beth, looking around. Why, it's right there. You see, in time we'll have a cabin and a barn and a field of crops, Pa said with a smile. Tim, Emily, and Beth looked at each other confused. Where were the other houses? What about the stores and the streets? How could they possibly live there?
Mama, Ma, and Pa, Uncle John, and the children got them from the wagon and walked around. It was Mary, and there was a steady, gentle breeze blowing across the field. The tall weeds shook in the wind, in the trees, and nearby the road. Swayed
Sound it out.
that then for the adults knew the turning the seed section of land into a home would require a lot of hard work. They also knew that it would be worth it. Jones, I can see it all in my mind, explained, looking around the cabin. Can go here. The barn over there. And Father, we can plant the corn.
Okay, before we go on, I'm going to pick someone else. I like that you guys are helping. I do, but if someone's struggling, give them a second to try to sound it out before we tell them, okay? That way they can kind of work on it themselves, and then if it's after a few seconds, if they're really struggling, then help them out. We want to give them that opportunity to kind of piece it together themselves. Alright, next page.
Ma and Pa and the children had lived in Philadelphia, but Pa had a hard time making a living there as a printer. When he and Ma heard about free land in Missouri, they decided to change and move. Uncle Jones was Pa's brother, and he too wanted to make a new life. They sold many of their belongings, bought a covered wagon and made the long dangerous journey. It was an extremely rough ride for Tim, who was 11, Emily, who was 9, and Beth, who was 5.
Good job. Just don't try to rush it, okay? You're good at it, just don't rush what you're reading. Go ahead.
Now the first thing.
Speak up. I know you can be louder than that.
Now the first thing we need to do is build a shelter. We're going to stay in the shelter until we get our log cabin built. Papa explained. Then he
Wait. Once you say period, make sure you pause because you're reading it all in one big thing. Take a little breath and then keep going.
Papa explained until we got our log cabin built.
It's okay. You just read it in one big sentence. Start from then he.
Then he and Uncle John took axes in the wagon and walked off towards the woods to gather some branches and logs. Come, children, we're going to pull up some of these weeds so there's place for the shelter stand. And we all going to eat lunch. Asked him, we need to responsibility and get some chores done first. My answer firmly.
Yeah. Next page.
The family slept in the wagon while the shelter was being built. Pa and Uncle John's used logs and branches to make a structure that had 3 walls and a roof. It was not a very strong shelter, so Pa
Make sure you pause after because you just went right into it.
So Pa warned the children not to
Sound it out. What do you think it sounds like?
jostle
Yep. Jostle.
it, or it may fall down. On the 3rd night, the family prepared to sleep in the shelter for the first time. They placed their blankets on the ground and got in. It was not very comfortable. I didn't like it here, Emily said quietly to Beth. I want to go back to Philadelphia, the kind Beth said.
Jeffrey, go ahead. Next page.
For the next 6 weeks, Pa and Uncle John's worked on building a log cabin. Tim
What? Period. What do we do after period? There you go.
Tim helped Pa as much as possible, while Ma and the girls prepared the meals and worked the land at sundown. The mosquitoes came out in full force, and the children tried their best to keep the bugs off of them. I'm getting bit again, exclaimed Emily. Scratching her arms, come sit by the fire. The smoke will keep the bugs away, replied Pa. He never got bit up like this home, Tim muttered to Emily.
Just a little note, when you guys see commas, so for the first sentence on the page, when it says for the next 6 weeks, Pa and Uncle Jonas worked on building the log cabin. When you see a comma, you don't necessarily have to pause very long. That's only for the end of the sentence, so period, exclamation point, question mark. Okay, so when we see a comma, you can just continue reading in that sentence. But when we get to a period, exclamation point, or question mark, that's when we need to pause and take a breath. Or else if we say it all in one piece, it's not going to make sense to us. Hayden, go ahead.
Finally, the cabin was built and the family moved into it. The children were still unhappy with their new home, however. Ma, can we please move back to Philadelphia? Tim asked one day. We don't like it here. Oh, oh, Tim, this is your home now. It's the place where you're going to live until you're an adult, said my family. I miss my friends and my house. He said. Ma was
Sum it up.
attentive.
Yeah. Yep.
Attentive and listened to Tim. Then she gave him a big hug and told him that he would get used to it her here soon. But Tim just wandered away sadly.
Jim?
One day in July,
You're fine.
and the children were standing in front of the cabin talking about the chores that needed to get done. Just then, a rabbit darted out of the tall leaves. Nearby, two chased God, a red fox, both Beth and Emily ran straight into Ma's arms. The rabbit
Sound it out.
swerved
Yep.
to avoid the fox, but a moment later, the fox pounced on the rabbit and dragged it away. That's why I tell you to always watch out for wild animals. Ma said I want to go back into the cabin. Declared that she ran off and Emily quickly followed.
We're gonna pause for 1 second. So we have these handouts. You guys first put your name on the top. On the top. The date as well next to it. Just put it to the other side.
Side.
It's gonna be the front side. So what I'm holding up right now with the little vocab words up top. Let me see. It doesn't need to be sharpened. You're fine. Alright, so attention up here, okay? So the first section, it says, write the vocabulary word from the box that best matches the clue. Alright, so there's 3 words in the box. Attentive, pounced, and swerved. So are these familiar to you guys, these 3 words?
Yes.
We just read them. Yep. We just read them. You may not know very much about the words, but we just read them. So we're gonna refer back into the story. So, number 1 is turn sharply. Number 2 is attacked. And number 3 is alert. We need to match them to what we think they mean. Okay? Jeffrey, what's up?
Pounce, I think it goes with attack.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because, well, when the fox pounced, it attacked the rabbit.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeffrey is spot on with that. So pounce means to attack. It means to jump onto something, be very attracted to the object. All right, Hayden, make sure you write that down. Write that in, fill that in if you need to.
Yes, Jeff. 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, Hayden, what did you think? You have attentive and swerved left.
I think swerved goes with alert
What's your reasoning?
because
Like it said, here's where it is in the book. The rabbit swerved to avoid the fox. So if we said the rabbit alert to where the fox, does that make sense?
No.
No?
Turn sharply.
Okay. Is that what were you thinking?
I was thinking children